Am I the asshole? For refusing to attend my sister's wedding because of her fiancé? I have been married to my wife for 7 years, and although that was very young to get married, we had been together since year 8 of secondary school, and it's safe to say I think she's the one. Now I come from a white family from Britain, whereas she comes from a black family, and she is dark. Family never were racist towards her and were immediately accepting, and her and my mother are pretty much best friends, and last year we gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. 3 years ago though, my sister got a new boyfriend. Me and him didn't have any problems as we hardly ever spoke, but he seemed nice enough, so nice in fact that I helped him and my sister do the letters for their wedding. When we were starting, I checked through the guest list, and after a quick skim through I noticed my wife's name wasn't on there. I questioned my sister about it and she directed me to her fiancé. He stated that he didn't think it would be appropriate. I asked him what he meant and he said that it wouldn't really seem right for us to mix and she would be the only blackie there. I had a total outrage at this and told my sister to cross off my name because if my wife doesn't go, I don't. I left her house and began to drive back to mine. I told my wife what he said and she said I should just go to not stir up any family fights, but I told her that she was family now and if she doesn't go then I don't either. This whole argument has caused my family to pick side, with my mom and dad being on mine but with most being on my sister's. Lots of family members have called me up and told me to just come, and I decided to ask my brother-in-law if he was going to change his mind, and he put his foot down and said no. My sister is now heartbroken because our parents aren't going or our grandparents, but she still refuses to invite my wife. I am really torn because I want to make my family happy, but then again, my wife is my. Am I the asshole? Edit. Seen a lot of people saying about invites, even if I was invited I would not go. I just want my family to apologize to my wife. Edit 2. I explained to people who were on her side my reasoning, and as it turns out the fiancé lied to them and told them that me and him had an argument. After I explained to them, about half of the people still attending announced that they weren't. Edit 3. Great news everybody, the fiancé has been in a way banished from the family after everybody learned why I wasn't attending. I have also cut most ties with my sister. Your wife is more family than he will ever be. The fact your sister would even marry him after that comment is absolutely disgusting. I'd go NC with both of them. They don't deserve any of you in their life. You're absolutely not the asshole and do not go under any circumstances. I'm glad you defended your wife against such blatant racism, and I'm truly disgusted with your sister. Not the asshole. Your sister is so heartbroken about people not coming to her wedding rather than her fiancé being a racist. That's certainly. Cut this couple out of your lives. Keep notes of which relatives tried to pressure you to just give in instead of standing up for your wife. And your parents and grandparents sound great. Not the asshole. Your sister should be upset that she's marrying a racist. Not that you don't support the union. Not the asshole. The dude is racist. Does he expect your wife to never show up to future family functions now that he's marrying your sister? Is your sister going to tolerate his bigotry and support him if he does? And how would he treat your child? Personally, I wouldn't want to put my partner or child through that. Not the asshole, of course. You're doing the right thing. You need to have your wife's back, and by extension your son's. If you knuckle under now, there's going to be even more, and more blatant, racist crap from your Bill, and possibly more of the family if they see him getting away with it. Not the asshole, and make this your hill to die on, or your marriage will risk going south. I pick up from your post that you have decided this 100 already, and that you wouldn't dream of ignoring this blatant insult to your wife. Good for you. It is too bad with your sister, but she has made her bed. Now she must lie in it. I had a total outrage at this and told my sister to cross off my name because if my wife doesn't go, I don't go. Not the asshole. Good for you for standing up for your wife, and I can't believe your sister still wants to marry the guy. For me that racist attitude would be a total deal breaker. Not the asshole. Your sister is marrying a racist. There's no reason to go and support that. You just found out how racist your sister and family really are. Not the asshole. And good for your parents and grandparents to stand up for you and your wife. Not the asshole. Her fiancé is racist and do what is best for you by not attending your sister's wedding. Not the asshole. You are doing the best thing for your family, you and your wife, emotionally and morally. Not the asshole. Your sister chose to marry a bigot. That's on her. You are doing exactly the right thing by standing by your wife. I would completely cut contact with anyone who supports your sister's fiancé. You won't want your wife and son subjected to their sniping. Absolutely not the asshole, and don't you back down, up. Die on this hill. The issue here is not that your wife isn't invited. The issue is that your sister's fiancé is a gigantic fucking racist. Your sister and some of your family are somehow okay with this. They are not worth talking to. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. My wife and I have different skin colors and I have stopped associating with family members who have said racist shit to us. If they aren't interested in not being grossly offensive to people that are important to me, then I'm not interested in them being a part of my family anymore. So far as I am concerned, they can have fun dying alone in a shit apartment being racist. I won't allow them to hurt my family, and you are not the asshole for choosing the same. Info. Exactly what has your sister said in response to her fiancé's racist remarks? Why do people ask if they're the A when they're clearly not the asshole? Who is going to call you in off for this? People that are actually assholes, that's who. You shouldn't listen to assholes. Not the asshole. Tell the relatives making a fuss that there's no room for racists or apologists for racists in your definition of family, so either they can redirect the blame for everyone not being together where it belongs, or they can get used to not seeing you, either. And yes, that includes your sister, who's the biggest apologist of all if she still wants to marry this guy. Not the asshole but your future Bill. Wow. A colossal and a bunch of other things we can't specify here, suffice to say he sounds bigoted AF. And your sister is marrying him. By choice? She knows this but can somehow turn a blind eye to it or tolerates it or, tbh, harbors similar views herself? NBSP. Wow. Why are you even questioning if you're the A? Because I want to make my family happy, but then again. Why would you want to make the racist part of your family happy? This actually sounds like a great opportunity to divest yourself of that branch and close ranks with your non-racist relations. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, future Bill is a racist period. It is not uncommon for black people to be the only black person in wedding, birthdays, or any gathering with friends in Western countries. Likely, as a white dude I often ended up as the only white in gatherings when I was in the West Indies. That's a just demographic. If your sister does not want to invite your wife just based on skin color, you face a serious racist red flag. Good luck. Not the asshole. In your position I still wouldn't go if they changed their mind and invited her. It also makes you wonder what his family and friends are like if he's worried about your wife being seen at the wedding. Not the asshole but this can't be real. Your Bill made an explicit racist comment about your wife, to your face, and he and your sister are inviting you but not your wife to their wedding, solely because of her race. And relatives including your own wife are telling you to just attend the wedding alone? If this is real, stand your ground, don't attend that wedding and cut off those racist eyes off your life for good. And your wife might benefit from therapy to improve her self-worth perception. Not the asshole. Anyone who you are confident knows the full story and is still supporting him is not somebody you need in your life. A sad, but efficient way to clean your life of unnecessary people. Not the asshole. He is a horrible racist. Your sister knows and accepts this. She made her choice and you are making yours. It is sad that others will also miss out but they are making their choices. Choices have consequences and choosing to marry a racist comes with the consequence of losing family members offended by that. Huge not the asshole. Stand with your wife and the right side of history. What kind of massive prick says blackie in a civilized society? What kind of an asshole family except your parents though do you have? Not the asshole you know you're not. You need to get him on record stating that. In fact you need to somehow get a sound mix of that made and sneak it into the DJ song list so everyone can hear he's a racist. Not the asshole. Bottom line is your sister chose her racist husband over her family, now she can sleep in the bed she made. Don't feel bad, you don't need people like that in your life, your wife is lucky to have you. Not the asshole. I'm sorry that your sister is a racist. All these people pointing out your sister's fiancé are ignoring the elephant in the room. Your sister chose that man and is explicitly pushing her own soul out. So your choice isn't the wedding or your wife, it's your sister or your wife and child. And your sister is a racist. Not the asshole. Your wife wasn't invited purely because of her skin tone. Not going because your wife was not invited is perfectly acceptable. It's a wedding invitation, not a summons. Glad your parents and grandparents are with you on this. Not the asshole. Attending a wedding is celebrating endorsing the joining of the bride and groom into the family. It doesn't sound like you're endorsing your sister bringing a racist person into your family. You shouldn't go. Not the asshole. How dare they treat your wife like that? But your child is mixed. They are saying your child can't be seen with them either and can't associate with them. That's horrifying. You have to be tough and cut off anyone who is racist. Your sister, how can she marry someone who says that about your wife, mother of your kid and your kid? It's her choice to marry a racist man. Therefore she has to accept if people are offended. Not the asshole. This is all on your sister and her racist fiancé. You're doing the right thing here.